no room. Mr. Speaker, this idea of going out of the way, trying to rewrite our constitution to reward political failures is a very bad culture, Mr. Speaker. If you have gone to the people, you have vied for political office, you have been rejected, wait for another 5 years, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, if the President wants to respect our judiciary, let him accept the reality that there is no space for appointment of cabinet as administrative secretaries, and that is the constitution as it is today, and we need to respect it. Mr. Speaker, the other point I wanted to talk about is this idea of agriculture. Mr. Speaker, let's not be in a hurry, and in the process we kill Kenyans. In 2012, Mr. Speaker, a scientific report said that GMOs can cause cancer, Mr. Speaker. Now, in the name of saying you want to create food security, Mr. Speaker, we are allowing entrepreneurs. We are not promoting hustlers, as you told us. You are now allowing entrepreneurs from outside the borders of this country, Mr. Speaker, to come and poison our people, Mr. Speaker, with GMOs. Mr. Speaker, GMOs cause cancer. Why is our president in a hurry? If the cabinet halted this thing in 2012, Mr. Speaker, when did we have another study?
Sen.Omogeni, maybe you might be entering into dangerous grounds because I know your profession is legal.
No, Mr. Speaker.
If you,
I'm on.
Maybe,
Mr. Speaker, I'm on paragraph 21.
This is a national house parliament. Therefore, we must be very careful the message that we are giving Kenyans.
Mr.
So
Speaker,
maybe if
Mr. Speaker,
you must really make good reference on Sen.Omogeni to that issue about how GMO causes cancer. Scientifically, if you prove to Kenyans Wanjiku without there who doesn't know what is a GMO, maybe even by the definition of GMO, so that now we can be able really to give the right information to Kenyans. So let us even not digress from the presidential address to the House.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I respect the rules of this House.
Yes.
And I never rise before I've read fully.
Do you have some literature on GMO and how they can GMOs cause cancer?
Read paragraph 21 of His Excellency's speech.
No, I'm asking about how GMO can cause cancer.
You can look for page 21, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, when I speak about this, I'm passionate. Because,
no,
Mr.
my problem, when I'm presenting this House, Senator Omogeni, I've given you a lot of latitude this afternoon. Because when I was in the other House, I really used to enjoy your debates. But now, when I'm presenting and then you make some references that might mislead Kenyans, that is my problem, my only problem. So maybe if you, Honorable Chalgay, the chair is, so I wanted to know whether maybe you have that reference. Maybe if not today, you can be able to put it tomorrow or the day after tomorrow about cancer. That's scientific evidence that GMO can cause cancer.
Mr. Speaker, maybe the best way to prosecute that issue is that I will reserve my comments on that matter till I bring a substantive debate on that issue before the floor.
Okay, proceed.
So, Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, Mr. Speaker, and I don't know why Senator Fernand Cheragay is not a good
Omogeni has defined any issue on GMO until it delivers to this House.
Yes.
Submits some evidence. Or now GMO can cause cancer.
Yeah, and Mr.
So
Speaker,
let's not go back there.
Yes. And Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, Mr. Speaker, His Excellency the President has talked about his pledge to the small traders, to the hawker, to the mamamboga, to the makanga. Mr. Speaker, we were told that the Hustler Nation will be a government formed by hawkers, hecklers, the mamambogas, Mr. Speaker. And we were told, Mr. Speaker, that in the last government, BBI was about sharing positions. But, Mr. Speaker, I have not seen any mamamboga in the cabinet. I have not seen any hawker in the cabinet. Instead, Mr. Speaker, what I have seen is a sharing of positions, Mr. Speaker. So the president should not leave. The president, Mr. Speaker, is leaving behind the hawkers, the people who put him into office, Mr. Speaker. Instead, Mr. Speaker, of asking people who have already been elected to be in the cabinet, Mr. Speaker, these are the people the president should have brought on board, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the issue of food prices is still a problem, Mr. Speaker. You told us we'll lower the price of unga from 200 to 100. Mr. Speaker, I went to Ikonga market in my Nyamira county, Mr. Speaker. Yeah. Unga is costing...
Your time is up. Senator... No, your time is up, Sen.Omogeni, kindly. Let us give other members also time to contribute. No, next time I'll be very magnanimous. Next time I sit here, I'll give you some more time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Then next is Tana River Senator Mungatana Danson, Buya.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to